All right, guys. I'm back. It's me, Reality with Krista Marie. And this is going to be 90 Day Fiance. I don't think it's going to be long because I'm not recapping it or anything, but I am going to do 90 Day the tell all. It's not completely over yet, but I think we're like right in the middle. We have like one more left. We did the tell all part 2, and then Happily Ever After. Either one. There's Single Life and Happily Ever After. But I'm pretty sure everybody knows all of the characters, all the players here. So I'm just going to go down the list and give you my opinions. And if I find a good clip from last night's episodes, then I'll play it. But all right, so let me see. Let me do all this YouTube stuff. Sorry, guys. I'm like jumping right in. Hi, AT2. I was just wondering if you were going to pop in. Guys, if you guys don't know who AT2 is, please go, and he has his YouTube channel. Like, comment, subscribe to him as well, and follow him, all that stuff. You did get a notification? Good. I keep telling everybody that I forgot about the notification thing. So do all the YouTube stuff. All right. So like I said, I'm probably going to be like back and forth between both shows because I get them both confused. But they're both playing right now at the same time. But I want to start with Jenny and Smith. I'm not laughing because I think their situation's funny. I'm laughing because I don't understand what all of a sudden now Smith wants Jenny to have a baby. Okay, so we're going down this road with them for 8 years now. The parents have never accepted Jenny. She's older. Submit. And at one point I thought, okay, maybe they've lived together for I don't know. They've lived together for 10 years. The mom is now, she has disowned Submit because they actually got married. Submit seems to be kind of backtracking on everything he's ever promised Jenny. And now that her daughters have come to visit her, they thought it was a great idea to go visit the dad or go to have dinner with Submit's dad. But Submit just keeps on trying to get the validation from his parents and his mom and his dad. Now, to me, I understand a cultural situation, but I also tend to think that the mom is overplaying this and making it way more dramatic than it has to be. She couldn't even come to dinner and because she had a health setback because of them getting married. And all the whole community is calling and making fun of her and this crazy stuff. And I understand. I get it with Sumit. He doesn't want to hurt his parents. He doesn't want to lose his parents. But I mean, I don't know what even to say about it because I think that they need to go to the U.S. But I also feel like Jenny's a little controlling. I mean, but then again, she's also waited for him for a long time. So I kind of need somebody else's opinion. I think that Submit is now, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know why he thinks that Jenny needs to have a baby or he wants to have a kid. I'm pretty sure at this point in time, this has been a subject of the age for so long that they've talked about this whole child situation. There's no way she can have a baby. She's not going to raise a baby. So I don't know what he's doing. It's does he not want to be married to her anymore? The baby is definitely going to freaking, and it's not going to save their marriage either. It's not going to save anything. But I don't know. Jenny and Submit, at this point, I think Submit needs to come to America because her daughters love him, I think, and care for him. At one point, I felt bad, and the daughter was like, "Look, Mr. Submit's dead. We care for Submit a great deal, and I would appreciate if you would, at least open up your heart to my mom." And the dad just, I don't know. You got the brother and the sister there. Thank you, Easy too. You got the brother and the sister there. I don't know what the heck they're even doing there because they don't help at all. All they do is just back up what the dad says. And I don't think the dad really needs anybody there on his side because it's kind of like what he says goes. I don't know, man. I felt so bad for them again. And I feel like if they're going to disown Submit, he might as well just come to the U.S., All right. So speaking of people having babies to keep their marriages, Jovi. So we got Jovi and Yara. Now, I love them. I can't help. I don't know if you guys know who Ducky is. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Ferris Bueller. I need you guys to look up Ducky. It's a Navy thing and Ferris Bueller because I can't not think of Ducky when I see Jovi. But Jovi's awesome. Yara's awesome. They're with their friend Talmadge, who's one of his drinking buddies. They're over in the Ukraine, visiting her family because of or where they're at. They're in not Ukraine, wherever her friend went to during the war. I forget somewhere over there to visit and everything. She just got permission to go back over there to see her mom, and it's great and everything. They bring the baby. They do their thing. They like to drink and go out, and I think that they have a pretty good relationship. But see, the thing is now, Yara wants to get an apartment in the Ukraine or wherever they're at, to get an apartment, which I think is not a horrible idea. But I feel like if he goes away for like 30 days at a time, why wouldn't she then be able to travel over there and spend maybe a week or 2 weeks whenever time he goes away? Because if he's away anyway and she's home by herself with the baby, I don't know, maybe not all the time, but at least that apartment, would be there for her. I think his biggest problem, he doesn't, they're there now and they have to go back home soon. The trip's almost over and she wants to stay and he's very upset and doesn't want her to stay. It's because I guess it's not as safe. Two, it's her and the baby. I don't think that, and I also think he's afraid she won't come back, which I know she's going to come back. I mean, she's not going to just not come back. But I don't know. And so he brings up during this thing where she's like, no, Jovi, I want to stay. And he's like, but I want you to come back. And they're having an argument about it. He goes, well, I want to have another baby. So all of a sudden now, because he feels like she made this huge life decision to buy an apartment in Ukraine or whatever without him, that he wants to make the decision to have a baby without her, which doesn't make any sense. See, I don't know either, Terry. But it's like, she could probably stay, but I think that she needs to go back with him. And then when he goes away for work, go back. It might be more expensive that way. I don't know. At this point, she sees how much it's bothering him. That, I just feel like I see where he's coming from, but I feel like at this point they're both being extremely spiteful, and she wants to stay because he's telling her not to, and he's holding his ground because she said, I'm not having a baby because you want me to. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. They're both saying it to be spiteful. Well, you're making decisions without me. Well, you're making decisions without me. I say, let's not have another baby right away because she doesn't want to. I say, you go back with your husband, and then you get an apartment later, and you go and visit when he goes away. All right. So I think we should move on to Michael and Angela. Yes, Michael and Angela are still together. Angela, my dear. I go back and forth. I can't stand her when she's a psycho. I couldn't stand her when she showed up in Nigeria. Now, listen, I think they've been together 8 years, maybe 5, 8, something like, maybe it's 5 years. Anyway, I believe 1,000% maybe in the very beginning Michael was using Angela, and then I think he fell in love with her. And he's been, over the time, he's now in love with her. And she has been nothing but evil, treating him like just abusive. I don't know, you guys need to watch it to understand. But poor Michael has not once disrespected her or raised his voice or anything until just recently. Because this crazy bitch is still trying to find out if he's using her and for a green card. Now, if you have done married a man, you are like, he has no Instagram, no social media. He basically does everything she says. Why are you literally still wondering if you're going to catch him using you for a green card? At this point, God damn it, Angela. Just stop. Just knock it off. She goes over there, and I don't know, she never told him she was coming. This is the first time she's ever did this. Shows up at his house and stares and literally destroys his car because, I don't know, he wouldn't come outside. Destroys the car that she pays for. And that was the first sign. I was like, holy crap, Angela, you're out of your mind. He forgives her for that. They get a new bumper for the car. A couple days or weeks, I don't know what goes by. He finds out that she's talking to this other guy. She readily admits talking to this guy named Tony, who's on dialysis and lives in Canada, and he's a good-looking guy, and Michael was neglecting her, so she started talking to this guy. But God, if Michael did this, the man would have no balls. She would have ripped his freaking balls off. Angela, you would have. So poor Michael tries to tell, long story short, she wants to go visit this guy in Canada, and she tells Michael this while she's in Nigeria. After they're having like the best time they've ever had, her and Michael. Laughing and joking, and she lost all this weight, and they're having a good time, and then all of a sudden she ruins it by acting like a psycho. But good news, she woke up and regretted it the next day because Michael was going to leave her. And poor Michael, like the first time ever this man has ever stood his ground, and he was like making her believe that he was going to leave, and he's like looking up at her as he's packing himself, looking up to see if she's looking. And then she's acting like she's like, oh no, Michael's really going to leave me. No, Michael, don't leave. Like playing into it. And she's like, basically letting him win this argument, which she's never done. And I think she realized too, like she was pushing it. Like the way she was acting. Yeah. The way she acted in the beginning of this, Terry, when she was destroying his car, I was like, why is her friend co-signing this? But she goes into the very end that she regrets telling Michael, he's more important and she won't go to Canada. And I was like, okay, thank God. I just hope this sticks. Because if she doesn't stick to this, poor Michael. Like, this poor man, like, It's a shame because they go see the goofballs again, which I'm shocked. I mean, I don't know. Like, she needs to just get over the goofball thing because she's a goofball herself. But yeah, I don't know. I think Michael should be here soon. I mean, I think once that he gets to the U.S., she's not going to be as crazy, and it's going to be completely different, you know. And I think that like I don't know. I honestly think at this point it's going to stay working. All right, let me think. Who am I forgetting? Because like I said, we have two. Oh, Ed and Liz. Ed and Liz. You guys know who Ed is? I mean, Terry, do you know who Ed is? Oh God, little Big Ed. I say little Ed. Big Ed. It's Emmett. What's his name? And Randall Emmett. Um, and what's his name? The lawyer. God, I'm so stuck on stupid right now. They all look like Big Ed, Randall Emmett, and the lawyer guy, the one that hates Erica, the one we all like, Ronald Richards. They're like triplets, honestly. But anyway, but Big Ed looks a little bit better with his gray hair. But anyway, Liz is this beautiful, beautiful fiance, beautiful, beautiful girlfriend. This man, there's no way in hell. I'm not trying to be mean, and he'll readily admit to this because he treats her like crap. That he's ever going to get anybody as beautiful as Liz, as loving. She loves him. I believe she loves him. I hope you guys agree with that. I hope somebody, AT2, if you can hear me, do you think that Liz is in love with Ed? And if not, do you think she's doing it for security? Because I had no idea that Liz doesn't have custody of her daughter. I don't know why I haven't figured that out because we never see her. But apparently the dad does, and the dad has gotten stationed into another country. So that means, I think, he's allowed to take her daughter. And I feel like she wants now, she's going to have to show stability, which I don't know why she needs to have a man to show that because she just got offered like a really good partner at the job she used to, the waitressing job, I guess, a partner in the restaurant maybe. Anyway, more stability and more whatever, to show more stability. But again, if she can do that, I don't know. Maybe having a husband makes it a better case. But I don't know why the dad would take the daughter from her anyway. I mean, if you get stationed somewhere else, I understand. But I wonder what the deal is to begin with. Like, and I hope that Ed takes this seriously because if they keep having these like domestics and stuff, it's going to show up, and the dad's going to bring that up. I mean, I don't know the situation. I just hope it works out for her, but I really don't. Wait, I know who it is. Yeah. He's with Ed. He's with Liz, and it's like she's so pretty, and she's like, I feel like she's like extremely insecure now, and I don't know, man. She just said she loves Ed, and she just wants to be with him, and he goes from telling her that she's not the right one. Like I don't know what it is, man. It's like he is so defensive and so afraid to lose her that he like acts like an asshole to her and treats her like crap and makes her feel like she's like not good enough for him. And god damn it, Ed, you know better. Come on, man. She's way too good for you, Ed. Too good for you. It's a shame. Like and I don't understand. The mom doesn't like her, the daughter doesn't like her, and I don't think it's that they don't like her. They don't like the situation because Ed will sit there and dog her and make everything seem like it's her fault. When he's like the insecure one. They were at their engagement party, and she's not allowed to have friends, I guess. Not allowed, but you know what I mean. Like, she feels like she can't. And the one girlfriend she had, I think, is bisexual, maybe. And just because she told Ed about it, I don't know if the girl had hit on her a long time ago, but they're friends. And, she's well into this relationship with Ed, engaged to Ed, sleeping with Ed, not hooking up with anybody else, not even hanging out with anybody. And Ed decides to ask her at the engagement party if she's ever slept with this woman, if she's a lesbian, and because she hit on you before, are you bisexual? And like literally, like Ed, are you out of your mind? I wouldn't even engage with you. I would laugh at you at this point if I was your fiance. And you, if that's where your head goes, there's no meat in the middle, my friend. We're done. Like we're so far apart that there's like no in the middle. And I was like, don't even defend yourself, Liz, against this bullshit. No, his dog died. Oh, Teddy died. I know. He died, and guess what? They got two more that look just like him. They got two little puppies. But yeah, it's not a shame. That's how they got back together this last time. But like his daughter and his mom don't talk to her. But anyway, and that's another thing. They went to go look at houses yesterday. Now, the house is gorgeous that they're looking at. I don't know how much money he makes. I don't know how much money they have. I don't know. But to me, when you go and you tell a realtor what you want, you give them a price range. The lady comes back, and I was going to say, I'm thinking that she's going to tell them this house is $400,000, $300,000, $1.5 1.5. And they like almost their mouth dropped. First of all, why are you even looking at this property when you said there's no way you would ever afford that? Why would you ever look at a property? Why would the realtor bring you to a property that's worth 1.5 when you can't even afford 500? That made no sense to me. Well, that was a whole waste of our time. And it was like a waste of time to look at a house you'll never have. Like, I was shocked. I'm like, what are you doing, Ed? But at the very end, Liz got a little upset, and not about the house, but she said, Ed, I don't want to do this unless we're stable. I know, right? And she was like crying and saying, I don't feel stable, blah, blah, blah. And he basically said everything that he should have said. He was extremely caring, extremely sensitive. I know, I love you. I'm sorry. I'll make, your daughter's the most important thing. And I'm like, all right, Ed, you need to stick with this energy. Because if he screws her over again, if he acts like this again, I hope she runs, man. I think, is that who I have left? Is that what we have left for them? Sorry. Is that it? Let me see. And then I'll go into the tell-all. Oh, no. Oh, my two favorite. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. Usman and Kimberly. Okay. Now, with Usman and Kimberly, you guys have to remember Usman and Kimberly. Usman was on the season before. He had an older woman wife. Then it didn't work out. Soldier boy, blah, blah, blah. And then we fast forward to this season, and we find out that Usman is looking for another 90-day fiance to bring on the show. And he has this other woman that he was seeing, this younger, beautiful woman from the States, and it didn't work out. She didn't want to be on the show. I don't know how she didn't want to. Backup income, Kimberly. Superfan Kimberly. I was so, oh my God. I remember doing a recap with AT2 in the very beginning and just laughing because she had spent maybe $7,000 on Usman, and they were just friends. And then I'm watching her put on $4.99 mascara. And I only know it's $4.99 because I use the same stuff. It's like, actually, it's right here. This was a $4.99 mascara that she was using, okay? The exact one, okay? Now, again, I thought about this. When I made fun of her, I kind of laughed at myself. I'm like, I would probably spend that much on a guy, and I still use $4.99 mascara. But then again, I don't know. She said she drained all her accounts for this. But anyway, Kimberly, now it's like almost a year and a half later, and now I believe he actually really loves her. She got what she wanted. She got Usman. She looks good. They seem happy. She doesn't act like a super fan. Her son is all right. So this is the funny thing now. So this is about a third or fourth time going back over to see Usman. They finally got permission. A blessing from his mom because she's an older woman and he's supposed to marry and have children. And that's the biggest thing there. She was going to let him have a second wife. But then they find out if he gets married in the United States and gets a green card, he's not allowed to have a second wife. He's not allowed to marry somebody else. It's considered polygamy and he'll lose his green card. So that's a no-go. So if he wants to stay in the States, he's got to marry Kimberly, but he's not going to be able to marry another wife. And I was like, well, then just have a baby. But he comes up with, guys? This guy, this cracks me up. Listen, he's on the phone with Kimberly. I don't know if Ed, that's what I'm saying. Like, did Ed lie? Did they lie about what they can afford? Because then again, the realtor is probably like, it was a waste of everybody's time. You know what I mean? Even the realtor's time. And he's not going to, and you should have heard him talking about like the furniture and how much, like, oh, he's so into like wood and just expensive, like, I don't know, expensive stone. And I'm like, Ed, shut up, dude. Anyway, and you find out he can't afford it. But anyway. So Kimberly goes back over to Nigeria because Usman comes up with a plan. He calls up Kimberly and says, hey, this is something this is done all the time in Nigeria. How about I adopt my brother's baby and adopt him as my own and bring him to the States and we raise him as our own? What? Kimberly's like, huh? So basically, she's under the impression that his brother Muhammad agreed. This is something that happens all the time. And, oh, yes, it'll be great. And blah, blah, blah. I'll get to Veronica. Yeah, I'll get to Veronica. That's next. That's happy life after. Or single life. So anyway, so Usman comes up with this plan. He's going to adopt his brother's baby. Kimberly gets on a flight to go talk and we'll work this whole adoption thing out. She's like, I don't want to have a baby. That was not the thing. And she's actually like considering it. And then she brings her son along and, because she needs support because they're going to go talk to the brother about adopting a baby. She wants to make sure they don't think that, she's stealing their kid. Well, they get all over there, which is great. They wanted to meet him anyway. They wanted to go visit him anyway. And funny other thing before we even get to the baby thing, Usman and the son have never met in person. Well, it's the first time they meet. And they're all having this family dinner. All of a sudden, I'm like, they could be cool as friends. I mean, why not, right? Usman's like, I have a present for you, my man. And Jamal's like, what, dude? You got a present for me? And I'm thinking Jamal's probably like, what? You're a dork. Like, what a tool bag. You want me a gift? Like, dude, don't buy me a gift. You're not my dad. Like, that's what I thought was going to happen. Jamal's like, what, dude? He comes out with a PS5. Same exact one that Kimberly bought Usman a year prior, spent $7,000, I think, on it. So he's like, oh, dude, thank you, man. Oh, God. No. Like, he's like, and I'm like, wow, what is he like? I'm thinking, man, maybe he's a lot younger than I thought. Maybe he's like 15, 17, because he's acting like a little kid at Christmas when a grown man, and he's a grown man, just give him another gift. I don't know. I'm glad that he was appreciative. I'm glad that he saw Usman in a different light, because when all said and done, I believe Usman loves Kimberly. I believe he's in love with Kimberly. I think that it doesn't matter if she's older to him, and I think that he would have, if he really wanted a younger woman, a hot woman, he can get it. And I think that he can find any woman to bring to the States, but I think he's in love with Kimberly. And I think that him and Jamal will have a decent relationship, and it would be good for Kimberly. She did just lose her mom, unfortunately. So sad. So did Angela, by the way, guys. So it's sad, but yeah. So I feel like this is actually a good thing, and I hope. Oh, let me get to the adoption thing real quick. Well, comes down to where they're in about like Kimberly's like, oh, we're gonna meet your brother tomorrow. We find out his brother has no fucking idea, no clue that Usman came up with this thing. The brother and wife have no idea that they're trying to take the baby. I'm like, what the fuck? And then Usman can't understand why Kimberly's like, are you out of your mind? Why did you do that to me? Like, you just put. I was shocked. I'm like, Usman, I don't know. He's making it sound like that it would be a gift to his brother to do this. And why wouldn't they say no? And it doesn't matter if I didn't ask him, because we're doing him a favor. I'm like, by taking his kid? I'm sorry, but I hate when everybody thinks that the United States is so goddamn great that everybody really wants to come here. Like, Usman, not everybody wants to be here. It's not that fucking great here, okay? It's not the land of milk and honey. The milk sucks. It's expensive. The honey sucks. It's not free. Like, it's just not, it's crazy here. Like, you don't really, we're like the least free of all of us, of everywhere. But anyway, you know, I don't know if he thinks he's going to come over here and big soldier boy, big thing. I don't know. He's in love with Kimberly. It's not going to be what he thinks. I don't think he's going to get a record deal or anything. Like, whatever. I mean, his music's not bad. But I think that's it for those guys, for that one. But we'll go to happily ever after, the tell-all, which is Veronica. Oh my God. Where am I? Okay. So that was, I don't, Single Life, right? Or Happily Ever After. I forget. One of them. I think now I'm going to do Single Life. We're at the tell-all. And so basically it's like, I think, what is it? All the actual American people, or I don't know what, it's like Tim's, I know you guys know who Tim is, right? And Veronica, they do the pillow talk, and Tim was on before with Jennifer. Well, it's Veronica dating. It's St. John's wife dating. Why can't I remember her name? Natalie, from Natalie and Mike. Oh God, wait, we talk about her. She's the biggest one I need to talk about. She's we gotta talk about her. And what's his name? Colt's mom, Debbie, has found love. And then Ronald and what's her name? Ronald and from South Africa, Ronald and I'll find her. The real pretty girl. Anyway, all right, so let's get down to it. I want to do Natalie first, okay? Natalie. Holy shit. Let's just start with her and Mike. Okay. When she first moved here and she was with Mike in the States, or in Washington State, I understood getting acclimated to that area and being by yourself all day and it being completely different than what you thought and taking a while to get comfortable and used to it. And, you know, they go see the mom, the thing with his mom. Now, I couldn't tell if Mike didn't like, he loved her but didn't like her because he was extremely mean to her, and everything he said, everything she said, he was like jumped down her throat, and it felt like all she wanted him to do was like accept her, and I don't know, spend time. I don't know I don't know what happened, but they go to see the mom, I think, on Thanksgiving. And somehow it's like Natalie, I don't know if she gets defensive before it's like a defense mechanism, but she went in it expecting Mike's mom not to like her. And somehow comes up with, your mom called me a hooker during Thanksgiving cooking. The whole scene, to me, I couldn't understand if she was psychotic or she really did call her a hooker, or I don't know what the hell happened. But Mike did not take it to it kindly. He basically was almost like the end of their relationship. And then it's like the mom ended up not liking her. But anyway, they get separated and she leaves him. She leaves. She goes to Florida. And we don't hear from Mike. We see maybe dating a few people. And we're like, it wasn't working and he didn't love her anymore. You could just tell, and maybe she just needs to be with someone else. I had no idea she would ever even think of going back to him. I don't know. I didn't even think Mike was sitting around waiting for her. She goes to Florida. She meets a guy named Josh. Josh isn't even from Florida. He's from Arizona and LA. She's in Florida. Mike's up in Washington, and his mom has moved in with him now. He's lost some weight, but we don't hear nothing about him. She dates this guy, Josh. Okay, now I can pick up her insecurities. I can pick up on that. But Jesus Christ, the second date, she wants to know if they're exclusive. She wants to know if they're in a relationship. They don't even live in the same state. First time reason this man's hanging on. And I'm like, Natalie, chill. And you start to see this part of Natalie where you're like, she thinks that, to me, my perception, she thinks that being like mysterious and like she thinks it's like a fairy tale, and I'm gonna make him like, she'll act all like every time she would see Josh, she would have an attitude with him. For him to be like, what's wrong with you? And like she'd be like, oh, nothing. You know what I mean? Like it was annoying at the point where it was like, fucking grow up. And like throughout that, she would get randomly mad at him because she wanted to know where they stand and if he wanted to have a baby with her. And I understood when she didn't. He wouldn't let her go. He would not invite her to his house and stuff like that. That was a little odd to me. But again, Natalie, like, and then we find out too that like she's talking to Mike, right? So this is the thing. She's talking to Mike. We find out she's talking to Mike. When she doesn't get exactly what she wants from Josh. We see her go to Washington. I thought she was picking up her shit. She's telling us she still loves Mike. She's telling Mike she still loves him. I'm crying. I'm sorry. I should have never left. I love you, Michael. I love you, Michael. Who? Josh who? Josh who? And she's like, oh, I will dump Josh in a heartbeat. It's Mike. So in my head, I'm like, she loved Mike all along. Oh my God, we missed that. How did we miss this? That's what she wanted all along. She doesn't really want Josh. She really just wants Mike. Holy crap, they're going to get back together. So I'm like, she even apologized to the mom. The mom was even ready to accept her back. Mike's ready to accept her back. Okay. I think everything's great. I'm like, all right, Natalie. Okay. Well, here's the real Natalie. We get to the tell-all. Looking hot as hell. She is apparently we're asking her about Josh. She's acting like she's still seeing Josh. She still hasn't moved with Mike, and she's playing both of them. And she wants him what she says is she wants him to fight over her. She won't talk. She won't give Josh a straight answer. She never told him that she went to see Mike. My thing is, she's playing this game where she thinks it's cute to be mysterious and have guys fight. She thinks this is like, I don't know what she thinks about it. Where like a fairy tale that these guys actually want to play this fairy tale game with her, that her elusiveness and her playing these games. And she was trying to make Mike and Josh fight. Like every question that Sean, the host, asked her, she wouldn't give him a straight answer. She was trying to make everybody think that like it was all their fault and all Mike's fault. She's like, and then she admits that she'll never break up with Mike until she knows for sure that Josh wants to be with her. And if Josh doesn't be with her, she has Mike. And she's basically holding them both on the back burner because she won't be alone. She's I refuse to be alone, so I'm not going to leave him if he's not going to be with me. And we're like, no. Even Tim's like, you need to choose. Like, neither one of them should be with you until you decide who you want to be with. And if he don't want to be with you, then you go back and be with the other one. You make up your mind. It's not like back burner. You know what I mean? Like, and so I'm thinking to myself, and then Josh sees her go see Mike in Washington, and he's like pissed. Because apparently he just slept with her the night before when they got to New York. Sorry, guys. I know you guys see when I do this. It's really gross, but I can't help it. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, like she left Mike at first, and like she was, I don't know. I didn't think she was happy there. And I just thought, like, I didn't know what to think. That Mike was just mean to her, and it wasn't what she thought. So then when she went back to beg him and cried him, I was like, all right. And she had me fooled there. And then we get to the tell-all, and everybody sees right through her. The whole entire cast saw right through her. They all were like, oh, no. We get it, my man. Like, so they basically, that was it with her. I need to know if anybody else feels the same way. I don't know if you guys watched it because Natalie, my girl, like, what are you doing? And then, like, I don't know what she really wants because she doesn't answer any questions. She refuses to answer Sean. She refuses to answer the cast. She refuses to answer Mike or Josh. And it's like, girlfriend, like, grow up. Like, she just fucking needs to grow up. That's what it is. She needs to fucking grow up. All right. So then we're moving on to, oh, I love it, Veronica. And this is Tim's Veronica. And we have Veronica dating Justin. And I thought they were pretty hot. And I don't know how to feel about this. So they meet. He has not, wherever they live, I guess he moved there with his ex-wife and their daughter. And I guess maybe they weren't together, but I guess she's had a job there, but away from their family, but it's not working and financially for them. And they would have more support if they moved back to where they're from. We don't know any of this. We see him seeing Veronica. It's kind of funny because, hey girl, oh, I love you guys for coming to see me. I love you guys. You guys are so supportive, seriously. So she dates Justin, and I'm like, okay, and she's no joke, right? And we have Tim, who's like acting like her dad. The first night that her and Justin show up at the house, Tim's there waiting. But Tim has a fiance, but like Justin's like, why is your ex-boyfriend here? And it's not really like that because they share a child or whatever. But so Tim kicks him out the first night. Then the next date is them sleeping together over the weekend, and at the end of the weekend, Justin decides to tell her that he's going to move back to Florida and with his ex, not to be together, and they're because they'll have more support. And it's like, okay, that's not way far from where they're at now. So she's like, are you fucking kidding me? You just told me this after you slept with me, knowing that I can't just uproot my child and go to Florida. Like, and basically, I don't know what his deal was. I don't know if he wanted her to go with him or keep seeing her for the entire year until he leaves, which is pointless because we don't date like that at our age. You don't like sleep with people just to date people. Like you date people for an end result, like a relationship. You know what I mean? You don't waste your time. So that didn't work out. And but guys, like she looks hot as hell. When she shows up to tell all, they're still broken up. She's dating somebody, and I have a feeling it's somebody we know. If you guys know who it is, please tell me. AT2, if you know who I'm talking about, let me know. Because they showed him walking. Tim acts like that. It just seems like he says that she's going downhill. Like she's not trading up. Like I don't know. Basically, like you know, I have a feeling it's somebody from the 90 Day Fiance cast, and if I'm going to think of anybody, I would think that it might be Corey. If she's dating somebody from the cast, of one of the 90 Day Fiance cast, that he would be like rolling his eyes at. It's definitely not Jesse. We know where he's at. I think it might be Corey, but we'll see. Who's Jamal's dating who? Who's V? Jamal's dating V. Jamal's dating V. Veronica? Whoa! That's who it is? Is that who it is? So it's Veronica? I mean, that's Jamal that's going to come out and be with Veronica? Is that who you met? Oh my God. So then why did Tim not like that though? Why did Tim say that it wasn't? Tim acts like he thinks it's a bad idea, and I love Jamal. Wow. Oh, I would love that. I saw the man's hand, but I didn't know. I thought it might have been Corey or something. See, I thought it was going to be somebody like, oh, that's awesome. I like that. See, that's a good thing though. Like, that's a good thing for me. I think it's a good thing. See, I was wondering who it was. Like, all right, so what did you think though about, maybe it was, maybe they were just, I don't know. I guess it might be on the blog. But what did you think about the Justin thing? Do you think that he was using her? Or what did you think he wanted her to do with the whole Florida news? And what do you think about Natalie? What do you think about Natalie? Are you convinced that she's just an idiot? Like she just is playing games and wants people to fight over her and always wants to, she's like, she thinks it's a joke at a fairy tale. Like, it's like, I don't know what the girl wants. And okay, so, that would be so great. So yeah, so Veronica, I guess that's who she's dating. She was smiling and laughing, and she looks amazing. And I always wondered, like, if she was going to end up dating people, because I love her on Pillow Talk, and I loved him. Tim's engaged to somebody else too. It's awesome. But yeah, so the show's about her, and I was happy for her. All right, so what is Chantel's husband? No. Maybe they are. I can believe it. What is the Chantel's? What her husband? Ugh, I can't stand. No, let's not give him his own spinoff show. I hope that's not what you mean. We're not giving Chantel's husband his own spinoff show. Yeah. Natalie needs to end up by herself. Exactly. All right. So I like Veronica. I hope that lasts. And then I want to go to like Cole and Debbie and all. But there's really not much to say. Like, Debbie meets Tony. I love it. I think they look like Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus. Perfect match. Debbie moves to Canada. They're happy. I could go without the PG-13 sex scenes. I don't want to hear the moan and the groan. I could have, like, completely without saying that ever in my life. Colt, on the other hand, is a piece of shit. Where did he end up? Like, Colt is a dick. Like, what happened to him? Has he always treated his mother like this? Yeah, aren't they? Like, I can't believe Colt is such a fucking asshole. And what the fuck is and what is his wife's name? Vanessa? What is her fucking problem? Does she not understand? Like, or is she controlled by him too? The man is a sex pervert. Like, he loves to have sex. I can't even. His beard is like down to here. He doesn't work any longer. We went from Colt, who was like kind of like this corporate dorky guy who was being used by I don't want to say her name because I can't stand her, but you know who I mean. And then he meets Vanessa, which I thought, okay. Or no, he met this chick that dressed like a schoolgirl. She was cute, but he cheated on her with Vanessa. And then, I don't know, it's like, I don't ever want to hear about the sex in Colt and how much he wants it. I don't want to hear Debbie having sex, but I love her with Tony. He is a cool ass dude, man. Colt's in the mother's nightmare. I know, but like, she's, but like, I feel bad the way he talked to her. That's horrible. And do I think she disrespected the dead dad? No, my God. Get over it, Colt. Like, dude, you're a nightmare. He's a nightmare. Like, I'm glad that she has Tony because, she needed to get out of Colt's. They needed to get separated. They needed to be separated because apparently that was the whole reason he couldn't keep a girlfriend is because they were up each other's butt. But the fact that he spent so much time with his mom and now he treats her like such crap, I don't get it. Yes, the cat babysitter. Yeah. I don't think she said a word. She sat there and said nothing. I don't know. But I love Deb and her. Oh my God, who am I forgetting? Oh, Caesar. I don't understand. For a minute, I was hoping when Tim started to stick up for, I think so too. He definitely believes that he truly believes it. He truly believes it. Yeah, I'm okay, so who was I just on? Who did I just say? Oh my God, what am I saying? Oh my God, what the hell did I just say? St. John's. Oh yeah, let's talk about St. John real quick. St. John's, what's her name? Why can't I ever remember St. John's wife's name? Oh my God, she's now exploring women and all. Let me see who we got. Oh no, Caesar. Let's do Caesar. Oh, and I forgot about Bilal and Shy and Bilal. I'll get back to them because they're on the other show. Anyway, Bilal and Shy. Okay, Bilal and Shy real quick before I get back into Happily Ever After or whatever one we're working on. I forgot about those two. If you don't know who they are, they're on the other one. I believe that Bilal has no. He's a gaslighter, manipulator, narcissist. Everything's his way. He makes her feel stupid. And I don't think Shy understands. I think her friend's right. He doesn't want to have kids. His ex-wife left him for a reason, and now we see why. The poor woman is going nuts trying to even get an answer out of him about having a baby. So, yeah, Bilal, if you lose this one, you deserve to lose this one. Because she's gorgeous. I love Shy. I keep calling her Shy. I love Shy. But, okay, I forgot about that because I just saw them on here. But, so Caesar. Now, you guys remember Caesar? Caesar was with, I don't know, we never met her. We met her maybe once, but it didn't work out. And he's still looking for love in the Ukraine. He finds Alona. He goes there. He goes on a dating thing. He finds Alona. I'm like, okay, it could work. Alona's cute. Caesar's a good-looking dude. I don't get to the tell-all, it didn't work out. This man tells us now he's met two women. They're together. They both are in love with him. And they're both going to marry him, and they're going to have a throuple, and they're going to get pregnant. Caesar. Absolutely. They're using him for something. They're using him. And Tim tried to, and then people were getting on him about looking for women in other countries. I don't care. I think Tim's right. We're exotic in other countries. We stayed here for 50 years. It didn't work. But Christ, maybe it is him at this point. And then I felt bad for him because everybody he feels like the man now because I don't know if it's his insecurity that's allowing him to think this is okay or he's tired of waiting to have kids. He's tired of being alone. So this is his next best thing. He doesn't care if they're using him. That's what I think it is. I think that he doesn't. Yeah, it's very bizarre. And Natalie got extremely upset, and I see how she's getting upset about it. But these women are doing it to themselves too. But it's like I understand not every, but these women do want to come here. But she's right. Not all women want to come here. It's not that great. But I don't. But it's like Caesar, and I don't think he cares if they use him. You know, it's bizarre. And there's another 90-day paradise coming up. And it's another same situation. A man is bringing two women up here that are in love with each other, and he thinks they're in love with him, and I don't think he cares. And, I don't know. But yeah, Caesar, I don't understand what you're like, dude. I don't think this is going to work out either. They actually even have their visas. So, maybe that, maybe he's okay with them using each other, But, like, it's just... So then we get to I forget St. John's wife's name. I don't think these two were ever going to work. I mean, it worked when they were partying. It worked when they were in South Africa. It worked when they were on his turf and he could do what he wants and he was able to. I just think she tried to control St. John so much that they fought way too much. And I agree. She's still she's hurt and she wants she's devastated by their divorce. But she was too controlling. But she's looking for love in all the wrong places now, too. Oh, Ronald and, what's her name? We got to get to Ronald, too. I forgot. Ronald from South Africa, too. But St. John's wife, oh, man. She's dating women. She's dating couples, which is fine. I don't care about all that. But then she tells us she wants to have a baby. So, okay. Who am I to tell you can't have a throuple and threesomes and still want to have a baby? But they all yelled at her and told her they don't think she's ready to have a baby. I don't think she is either. But then again, I was never ready to have kids, so who am I to say? I don't ever think her and St. John will get back together. I think he was happy to leave. I want to see what's up with him. I'm not really interested in her love life. I want to see what's up with St. John. I also want to see what's up with, what's his name? So Ronald and, God darn it, Ronald and, damn it. I feel bad saying Tiffany. Thank you. Ronald and Tiffany. See? And I pay attention to her Instagram a lot too. I thought that her and Fabian were going to make it. I thought that Fabian was I thought her and Fabian, I don't know, she left and went to freaking South Africa for 4 months. And did you suspect Ronald was going gambling again, all this? Apparently he's been doing it on and off for 7 years. So he didn't completely, he relapsed this entire time and she never said anything. And then she said when he first got there, like she says he stole her money and she still stayed. And I was... When she went there last season and he treated her the way he did and he wouldn't take care of the baby and all that crap, I was like, girl. And he controlled everything and he was really mean. And I was like, man, she has to get away from him. And then we watched them fight on social media. And then, oh yeah, her son Daniel called him dad. I don't think he considers him dad at all. He didn't go with her this time. She spent 4 months there with her and the daughter, Carly. I think he still calls him dad. But I don't. And then Ronald, I hope she does too. Because the way she was trying to stick up for herself and calling him out on camera, he went cub and punched the camera and walked away. So that, to me, I feel like he did do that and he's upset because nobody was supposed to know. And again, he did that the first 2 days she was there. She just told her she spent 4 months there. So why did you stay 4 months after he did that to you? You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I understand, like, she's probably in love with her husband, but, like, dude, I don't know. It's not working, and I don't think Daniel likes him that very much. I don't know. They didn't last very long living there. So I hope she finds somebody. I really do. I gotta be forgetting people. No, maybe not. But, yeah, I just want Liz and Ed to, if they are not going to make it, then if Ed's not going to, like, chill out, they need to break up. Because if he treats her like crap even more, like, one more time, I'm going to, like, throw up in my mouth. I just can't take it. Dude, what are you doing? You're never going to find somebody that loves you the way she does, and she's gorgeous. Not that looks are everything, Ed, but, like, he has a lot to say about people's looks. And he has no room to talk. And I'm not making fun of anyone. I just feel like, why are you making fun of your fiance's looks? Calling her fat. Like, no. But, yeah. So, I was 90-Day Fiance. That was like 45 minutes. I wanted to do Love After Lockup after this. I had to check in with the Escape to Reality girls and see what they're doing. But I'll go down the line. That's not going to take long at all. There's very much to say about it. There's really not much. We don't really get very far. I just have some opinions, and I agree with all the inmates. I'm telling you now. Yeah. Oh, maybe. I didn't think of that. I don't think. Then again, though, I don't know if he has custody at all. You know what I mean? Because she acted like she did him a favor by going there. I mean, yeah, they have the baby, and I guess he's not coming here. You know? Yeah, exactly. Like he's lying and stealing her, and it's a shame. Like I hope she realizes that. Like she said, she still doesn't know if it's over between them. So that's a shame. Yeah, it's hard. Like she said, she didn't even know she was strong enough to really leave him. But thank God they're not in the same like country. And I mean, I feel like maybe though she would probably bring him here, and I think she might give him another chance if he comes here. She might think it's different if he's here. But all right, guys, I want to get off of here, and then I want to do Love After Lockup. I just want to do them separate for some reason. I feel like Love After Lockup does. 90 Day Fiance doesn't deserve to have to be with Love After Lockup, you know. But so that like might be my fourth one today, third, I don't know. And then I'll be back. Like after that, I will be back to do Salt Lake. Whose side are you on this week? And I'll probably do Bravo Breaking News a couple times, but not Bravo Breaking News. You know what I mean? All right. You could tell I'm kind of like winding down, but Love After Lockup's not going to take long. Just give me a little bit, like 15, 20 minutes. I'll post the link. And I'm glad everybody's getting notifications. I'm glad my subscriber count's finally growing. It's weird, but it is. And like, comment, subscribe, all that. And yeah, I haven't done 90 Day Fiance in a while, but I was like the last couple of weeks I've been watching, I was like flipping out. I was like, I got to get on and talk about this. But all right, I'll be back in a little bit. So like, comment, subscribe. Oh, I forgot, guys. I forgot the Twitter's on. I forgot to tell you guys, all that Twitter guys that I see you guys. I'm sorry. I saw you guys in the chat, and hi, Twitter, all these people. Can you guys come over and subscribe, please? All right, talk to you soon.